Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to you, Mr. Saiful Adli bin Abdul Rafa. So, first of all, my name is Amnie Syakirah binti Yosrini, and for my presentation today, I would like to present and talk about my project, which is the first task for the subject of developing language through language arts. So for this one, I have chosen to do flashcards, as you can see in the picture that I have provided you. Okay, so just a little bit overview of my project. The name of my project, or the title of it, is the Talk and Tell. So why I chose this name, because I think it's kind of catchy and easy for my students to recognize what the game is about. It's all about talking and telling after that. Okay, so why I'm naming this, I will show you more about my project. Alright, so just a little bit overview for the design. So you can see the design there will be the front and the back. So for the front, all of them will have the picture, colorful ones, and they basically contain basic nouns which my students will know, and they will recognize what the item is about, the spelling, what the meaning, most of them. Okay, so the picture there is something that they can attach and detach by the velcro tape that I put behind the picture. And at the back side of the card, you can see a hint, which the hint is something that can help my students to get an idea what they have to do, what they have to talk about, what can they talk about, and what they can write about. Okay, so I will talk more about that later on. So moving on to the next slide. So you can see the overview for the design, but for this one will be the packaging, meaning what my card, the flash card, will be inside. So it will be like a full product. So yeah, maybe it can catch someone's attention to maybe buy it. Maybe they know that when they get the cards, the flash card, it can help maybe the youngsters to learn nouns, and maybe help them to create some sentences. Okay, why I'm saying so. So I will talk more about my project, so you will see what the idea is about. Alright, so you can see these cards actually come in pairs. So in total of the cards that I created, there are 30 of them, so there will be 15 pairs. So one example I put here is like the bird and the nest, and the hint at the back of the cards will be the same for the bird and the nest. So you can see the hint there, a cozy home in the tallest tree. Okay, so the hint there will help them later with the task that is given. Right, okay, so next, how to play this card. Okay, so for this one, this activity should be guided by a teacher, parent, or adult facilitator to help students to play smoothly and have fun. Okay, so these are just the steps. Okay, I'm just going to go through briefly with what I wrote over here. So first of all, each player will get one flashcard with one word and one picture of a different word. They have to find their match, which they have to walk around in the classroom or anywhere they are being in the group setting, and then find the person whose picture matches their word, and then they can help each other match up, meaning like example I give you just now, the bird and the nest. So the person with the bird card will get the picture of the nest, because I mentioned the picture can be detached and attached. So the person with the bird card will get the nest, and the person with the nest card will get the picture of a bird. Okay, so there will be a pair once they meet up. Okay, so they have to team up after they find their match, and then they will become partner or a team, and they have to holding each other's match noun. Okay, so from the noun that they got, the nouns that they got, the bird and the nest, they have to create a very short story, or maybe a simple sentence, 2 or 1 sentences about the nouns that they have. So the hints at the back will act as a guide for them to what they can come up with, the nouns that they have received. Alright, so based on what I have told you about my product, so finally I managed to create it by myself, and the final product is, as you can see in the slide that I have included here. So physically I do have it. So yeah, this is my product. You can see in the box properly, just same like the one I've showed you in the picture. So this is the box, and the content is inside. There are 15 cards in here, because the size can only fit 15 cards. So yeah, only 15 in here. And these are the others. You can see these are the cards that I make. So yeah, like I said, it can be detached and also attached back. Okay, so that is the product. So for the execution, I've done it with my students in year 4, which they are 10 years old students. But this one that I created, it can be played by 9 or 10 years old students. Okay, so this is just the picture of what my students brainstorming, and they discussing what story they want to come up with, the sentences. All right. Yeah, these are the another ones of the pictures. Alright, so first of all, for my presentation, of course I am following the guidelines, which I have to talk about my reflection about the product that I have created, and how I found it maybe to have some improvement, and what value that is good for my students. Okay, so first of all, I would like to start with the features of my product. So for the flashcards, you can see I actually use the laminate plastics. So it is very light, and another characteristic is that it is colorful because it has lots of pictures. Not lots of pictures, one picture for each card, but all of them are colorful and not just black and white. So these ones are the one that can engaging and attract the attention from my students. And also creative story prompt that I have at the back. So the students can read, and it is very easy sentence, very easy words that I use, so they can understand and they can use it to help them. Alright, so for the packaging, so for this one I use a glossy photo paper, not box, just a glossy photo paper, but a thick one. So it is very glossy, shiny, and there are instructions at the back on how to play. So players or maybe adults that play with the kids, they will know what to do. Alright, next. So for the reflection, the suitability for the students level. So like I said, it is designed for 9 and 10-year-old students, and these cards can help them to develop stronger vocabulary, reading skills, and also social interaction. So social interaction is where they have to find their match. They have to talk, they have to walk around, they have to interact, not just look and stare at other people's card, but they have to talk. Do you have my card? What card do you have? So that is where they polishing their skills of communicating, and also the vocabulary that they use through communication. Alright, next, it is simple yet meaningful and familiar nouns. Like I mentioned, I use very simple words, very simple nouns for my students to understand, as I know their levels, not only for 10 years old, but also for the 9 years old students. Okay, so it includes movement, peer interaction, and also visual support. And at the back of the card, there are story hints that provide scaffolding. Scaffolding is the skill, not the skill, the period of time where the teacher or facilitator give a short period of time of guiding the students, but not fully. So that is a prompt that can trigger them to think more than what they know to create the sentence. Okay, for the next part, for the benefits, language development, social interaction, critical thinking, kinesthetic learning, and it is fun and engaging. So, before I forget, I have showed you the slides just now. Before this, there are the final product of my students' work after the game, which they wrote their own sentences after their brainstorming together. They wrote it together, and after I called out some groups to come forward and share their story, what they wrote about. Even though it's very short, but I asked them after, they said, most of them said it is very, very fun, because they have to find, look at the picture, they can talk with their friends, they can move around and not only stick to their chair. So like I mentioned, it includes movement and peer interaction with their friends. So yeah, my students were very, very enjoying this game. Alright, so next one, for the value. So the value that my product include for my students is the cooperation and also respect. So cooperation is that they have to work in group, not in a very big group, just in partners, like one-to-one. And then for the respect, they always respect the opinions from their partner, what their partner want to talk about, what opinion, what they want to include in the story or in the writing. And next, creativity. They have to be creative, how they want to connect one noun and the other noun. Next, confidence. Confidence is where they have to talk in front of the class, they have to share their story with their friends, not only with their partner, but also from people in the other group. Okay, so responsibility. So responsibility is where they have to be responsible in providing or contributing to the team that they are in. Next, for the improvements. So for the improvements, like I mentioned, I use thin plastic, and the drawback is that it can bend easily. And in future, maybe if I want to come up with the same product, or maybe a little slighter, another product with a little improvement, so maybe I can use slightly thicker plastic that can maybe increase the longevity of my product. Okay, so for the box protection, like I mentioned, I use just a glossy paper. So this one prone to creasing and also damage because it is made of paper. So it is not water resistant, so it is not very good to maybe to bring for travel or to bring to school, like daily, to bring it to school every day. Okay, next, not next. So what I can do to improve my product is that I can add a protective coating to the paper that I use. Okay, so differentiation. Maybe I can provide another easy and challenges version of the cards to support mixed ability groups. So among the students, there are some students that maybe have a lower level of English, maybe some have higher level of English. So I can include different levels of nouns, the hard one, the easy one, so it can cater to all students in the class. Okay, last one, optional digital version. So I hope that maybe one day I can create a game, a computer game that play exactly the same way, which they can change the picture from one card to another card, but in a computer, in a software software form. So yeah, I think that is all from me, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation and you find that my product is very not very, but something slightly different than what you have seen before this. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.